mind na parang we are very keen to understanding where this can go. If you need uh, to discuss about a paper that you want to write, then just shoot us an email. Or kung gusto nyo nga yung flat organization that you can just ask anywhere, anytime that you want. Jen and I have a study and work Discord. Anyone can join. Here is the link. Um, and we'll see you there kung interesado kayo. Again, you will be given copies of this slide set. Hanapin nyo na lang. And with that, again, thank you for your time. If you need to go, then this is the good ano ba? The good checkpoint to leave. Salamat ulit sa attention. Pero we wanted to share with you, if you still have time, widget 1, which is the gamification Discord bot that we created, Jen and I. And it's essentially um a Discord. Wait, I'll open it. Twink. Here. It's essentially a Discord. Ay, sorry, Jen. Am I sharing the screen correctly? Yes, ayan. So ito po yung Discord for those of you who do not know it yet. But for the Gen Zs in the audience, I'm sure that you know what this is. Essentially, widget 1 is a gamification bot, meaning it's a robot inside Discord that you can command to do what you like. It was made by me and Jen, and we tried to apply yung mga diniscuss ko today na we want to apply meaningful gamification concepts to the design of the gamification bot. Our motivation really is, and sorry na nga to the business people, this is not taking the problem of the world and putting a solution to it. It's really just problema namin ni Jen, and we want to solve it in our own way. I hope we solve yours as well. We have been publishing in gamification venues, so I hope that you will find value in the things that we were able to do. So ito yung kaya niyang gawin. There's a link that where you can explore. Pero let me just demo something here. So halimbawa, yung I've told you about Sifyas, pero yung ginagamit namin dito is something catered to a programming class. So in Discord, you will have channels like concepts. Kasi ito yung, the channels are uh, where we situate the metrics. Ang intuition po is, you name the channels according to the skills you want to inculcate. So halimbawa, our idea of an ideal programmer is magaling siya mag-concepts, magaling siya mag-tracing ng code, magaling siya mag-debug, magaling siya mag-program, and that is to say, if I have a problem, he can make the algorithm, turn that algorithm into code, and code a solution for the particular problem. And magaling din siyang mag-tutor. I think this ties to what Sir Daryl was saying na we want the soft skills too. So in this framework, parang trinay din namin yung ma-capture. So say for instance, sa concept, students will be able to submit using the submit keyword ng halimbawa link. Sabihin na lang natin for purposes of demonstration, link to a submitted requirement. And then when the student does that, it will give a prompt to the teachers of the particular class, or in this case, the moderators of the Discord channel. So, halimbawa, si Jen, Jen, can you please reject the submission? Point. So, in this case, what happened was, tingnan niyo po ito, this reaction was set by Jen. Sorry, katabi ko po siya. Okay, which is why I can issue the commands. So, here, you will see na whenever students submit, the submission gets broadcasted to the channel. So parang yung gamification drive na, something's happening in my class. Ako din, dapat mag-submit din ako. Social proof. So here, it was denied muna, which means na walang experience points na na-award. And you can just very simply check the submissions by reacting. Ito lang po, add reaction. Tapos ang ginawa ni Jen is just put the X mark here. Now, I'll try to resubmit again. And of course, siguro dapat sabihan din ako ni Jen kung anong mali sa submission ko. So, Jen, can you please go ahead and try to tell me what I did wrong? Jen is typing. Ayan. Jen is typing. Jen, the teacher, is typing as a reply to Nathan, the student. Ang haba. Grabing mali. Grabe ba ang mali ko? Incorrect solution, try again. Can't give too much as not to spoil. Sorry. Suplada si ma'am. Okay. Let me try to submit again. Submit a corrected solution. There. And I'm confident that that is correct. So Jen will now accept it as a correct submission. Right. So whenever something gets accepted, an a submission gets accepted, then I get an increase in the experience points. I am being told that my points for a certain skill, kasi dito ko siya sa channel na to nilagay yung submission and it's the channel na to's graded, has increased also. Now, me as the student, I can try to check my stats kasi the bot told me that I have already acquired some kind of XP. And true enough, I can see that, hey, in my concepts, you know what? That was once not there. Now I have a score and I can level it up pa the more that I submit. And in this stats channel, I can also see the stats of the other students na, uy, grabe si ano pala, ano na siya, carpenter tier. That's the next tier to woodcutter tier in programming. I should do that as well. And so people will have their own measurements of their progress. So say for instance, I submit a couple of more times. Sorry. Yan. Submit. Jen, please accept my submission. Thank you. I'll do the stats again just to check na ilan ba yung kailangan ko para mag-level. Para mag-level sa concepts, I need 6 out of 11. So halimbawa, perhaps 2 more. I'll submit 1, which will get checked. And I submit another one for me to level up. Ayun. These things get broadcasted to what we call the world ticker. So the world ticker is just a collection of everything that's happening in the server. So as you can see, there are submissions coming from other classes that have other teachers instead of us and Jen. Para lang po, this is really a concept from RPG games, di ba? RPG games Ragnarok. There's a certain guild that defeated the boss monster. It's announced to me. Uy, grabe! They defeated the Ice Dragon 9000. Ang galing. And so it's the same concept. You can have this world ticker accessed and embedded into your own personal links para alam ng students kung saan sila mag-check. Students are also alerted of the things that they are able to do. Now, the design of the Discord server matters as well. For instance, dito po sa Discord namin for programming, we try to create threads that will have additional materials that they can, scroll, that they can check out if ever they get lost. They have channels where tutoring can occur. And ang maganda dito sa tutoring is it's again a public display of you helping your co-students. So halimbawa, testing, I am having difficulty with this code. Sabihin natin, and I write the code, sabihin natin, I equals 0, Sorry, wala pong semicolon na, Python. I, while I is less than 6, print I. Hello, why is this not working? Yan. And so, perhaps Jen will answer na because I'm not incrementing I, diba? And then, yan. Jen is typing, as you can see. Jen is typing. You should update the value of I. Oh, okay, I got it.
Pwede yun sa
Thank you.
ano.
You helped me. And it's sorry, a bit of exaggeration to uh, to drive home the point. But whenever we see interactions like this happening in the tutoring um space, we give it points. So if we try to accept this, then the tutoring dimension of ay sorry, sorry, mali. Si Jen pala yung tutor. Let me so I'm gonna be replying to Jen. Let me try to tell Jen that her tutoring dimension has already been leveled up because there was a case in the tutoring channel where she was able to help a co-student. And when Jen checks her stats, then Jen will see that the tutoring component of her profile is already there up. Yes. So I think that is all that we wanted to show muna for the meantime. There are sorry, where was it? There are other um administration type things that you can do like add game masters. So kapag sa tingin ninyo, ayaw kung ako lang yung nagche-check kasi it's a little bit too hard, which of course we understand that. So you can add game masters that could also have the facility to check the students' work so that halimbawa you're the you're the game master talaga at the top and you have other people helping you out. And um yeah, you can manage who will be the gatekeepers of the point giving. You can also calibrate the leveling protocol. So halimbawa dun sa example po natin kanina, if you want it such that you know what, in my class, after the second submission, the skill should already be leveled. I want it to be that way. Sure, you can calibrate the leveling protocol very easily with the leveling command. You can also have your
Eh,
own
ma'am, Rema
leveling
po.
guide. This is just something that we made, but you can also edit this to fit your own. So sabi namin, at least our intuition was for every skill, there is a certain type of journey that the skill must pass through. And the journey will be an indicator of the adeptness of that skill of the student. So simula ka muna as a novice, which we call woodcutter, then you're a carpenter, then you're a stonemason, then the skill takes the level of a bricklayer up until stargazer, which
Uy,
means
si Sir
really
Darrell
you're
Abante.
now a master at that
Parang
particular
tumawag.
craft. Like
Si
indicators such
attendance
as,
mo gira
you
Sir
know what,
Darrell.
you can literally be hired now because of the
Si
skill and that
attendance
one
si Sir Darrell.
specific aspect. Okay. So that is it. That was widget one. Thank you for your attention. I can still see people here. Salamat. But that's it. Thank you for indulging me. That's that's playing infinite games, designing for the modern gamified classroom. Um, uh, Thank you.
Yun, so thank you, Sir Nathan. The topic of gamification is new to most of us. And ako personally, I find it very interesting, lalo na nung pinakita nun ni Sir on how to use it on Discord. Maganda siya. It's very interesting na you can see your stats, you can see na nagle-level up, then it's a new way on na paano siya ipapakita, especially if it's mga students na, especially sa mga teachers. So, thank you, Sir Nathan, for your insights na you give us today.
Thank you, engineer.
Ayun, so may I know if there are other questions you need to ask our resource speaker? So the virtual floor is open for your questions.
Yes,
So
please.
please
Oo.
don't hesitate to ask. Sir Nathan,
Ay,
very
tapos,
willing siya na sagutin yung lahat ng mga questions niyo.
yung email ko. Yan. Ay, tapos, sorry, Engineer Greg, yung mga
Yes,
humihingi ng papers,
yes, sir.
hanapin na lang natin yung contact
Sige, sir.
information
Sige, sir.
nila.
Sige po.
I will
Sige po.
send.
So guys, please don't hesitate to ask Sir Nathan kung ano pang gusto nyong malaman. The virtual floor is open na.
And I think there were questions in the chat kanina pero natabunan kasi sila. If you can just please re-ask, I would be happy to
Sige, sir. Sige,
answer.
sir. Sige po. Questions? May ano ko?
Okay na ata. Baka ano, they're still thinking. Baka sometime later, di ba? In a long enough
Ah,
timeline, may isip nila yung questions.
ah,
And when that
after,
happens, my email is there.
yan. So, I hope na ano nyo na-save nyo yung Discord account na inano nila Sir Nathan.
Ay,
If you
yes.
can share din sir yung ano, yung sa Discord para at
Yes,
least
please. Oo, invite. Um,
sure we do have a question first from Sir Jonathan, how to
yes,
integrate it with existing subjects. Maybe it is how sits bago yung concept.
yes. Very valid question. Uh, actually, it's a little bit more tricky, Sir Jonathan, to integrate while an existing pedagogy is already being enforced. So we really truly recommend na save it for like the next sem, if ever. Pero if you do want to experiment on it a little bit more, the the nice thing about gamification interventions is that you don't have to have a software. 'Di ba? You can just make up the rules but be very vigilant in enforcing them and describing the win conditions of the rules. What will you do? Communication. Communicate to the students na, okay, if you do this, these points will happen. These points will be acquired. And the goal of acquiring points is essentially, you get to do this, you get to do this. Kapag meron po kayo, Sir Jonathan, ng ano, very comprehensive description of the rules, um, it's not gonna be too much of a rude awakening for the students na bigla sila nagbago for so long as you have that defined. Maganda po siguro na ganun. If you are really to push this to be implemented within the same SEM that's already running a certain pedagogy. Um, you can use existing tools. Like I was using existing tools kasi po yung Hacker Earth, it's not ours eh. But we just use it. Madali po siyang isingit sa class. Uh, you just give the class a link. They see problems to solve and they can be recorded on particular spreadsheets that you want the scores recorded. Sorry, does that answer your question, Huba, sir?
Is kay Sir Jonathan eh. Meron pa sir isa, from Miss Nisi Jaya, kung
Yes po.
tama po yung pag can this method be integrated with web development po?
Oh, opo, ma'am. Certainly, yes. So sa Sa web development in particular, when we're conversing with our batchmates who are in the industry, and tell me lang po if I'm answering the question correctly or if I'm understanding it wrong. But the web developers right now are not measured uh, the same way web developers back then were being appraised. So ngayon po yung mga web developers na gusto nila have a knowledge of the basics, fundamentals, have some kind of specialty library that they can use, have some kind of framework that they can use. May alam sila, Laravel, ganyan. And so if I were to use it, kung ako po, gagamitin ko siya sa web development class ko,
May iba pang
perhaps I
question.
have channels, and sorry, Discord po talaga yung, in my mind, it's Discord.
Ah,
I will have channels for those sets of skills na basic web dev skills. And then my specialty framework or library. And then I would give them tasks for them to expound or find problems pertinent to their specialty para dun po sa class ko mismo, dun po sa web class ko mismo, parang nagsa-specialize na sila in a way. And of course, I can extend it to igugrupo ko yung mga students who
i-ano mo na lang muna siya,
are
i-chat mo na lang
interested in
doon
the
sa ano,
same area of
from ano
specialization.
anonymous attendee.
Halimbawa,
Tapos,
web, mga
i-ano mo na lang,
server-side plugins,
i-search
mga
mo na lang.
SaaS. Di ba po may mga ganun na ngayon? Software as a service, kung sino yung mga interested dun, then igugrupo ko sila, create a channel for them, give them exercises that are catered to their area of expertise that they want to achieve. Ganun po ata. I mean, if I'm to to do it. Does that sufficiently answer your question po ba, Miss Nisi?
Ayun sir, for clarifications din ni Sir Daryl kung kailangan daw Discord to implement it.
The gamification concepts, hindi po. Pero the widget one, yung mga nakaka-submit sila and then you are able to award points. Sa Discord po yun mangyayari. But if they are to design their own interventions, gawa sila ng sariling spreadsheets and whatnot, wala naman po. Parang technology agnostic. Pinili lang po kasi namin yung Discord as the platform to deploy our bot kasi um, parang dun po nagtatambay yung mga young ones. Gusto lang namin we are a little bit ahead of the curve and see what they are doing. Hopefully, we get immersed in their world enough
Rin
so
join
that
ng
the design
pangalan.
of our
Gusto ko
gamification
rin join ng
interventions are
pangalan
not
mo. Colin
bubbled.
Joy.
Parang true to the ground pa rin kasi nakita rin namin
Ayun, diyan ba na siya
firsthand
nag-ano, comment?
direct experience with
Kaya si
Discord.
nag-chat sa imo anonymous
Yun po.
siguro.
But sorry, I went off
Nag-chat
of a
ba galit?
tangent. Hindi po kailangan yung Discord para mag-gamify. Pero if you wanna use widget 1, sa Discord po yun mangyayari.
Ayun, so another question sir from Sir Ernest. In your Discord server po, do you provide lectures or tutoring for programming languages other than Python?
Yes. Sa ngayon po, sir, the Discord is very young. Very young po to. Last July, last July lang po to nagawa. So right now, we're handling classes that are trying to learn Python, but in the next few months, meron na po tong additional languages. Actually, sir, if you try to scroll down the Discord server, meron po kayong makikitang specialization classes. So that's a class that's, ano po yan? Advanced Programming Languages and Paradigms. So we have students there and in order to communicate the concepts, yung nagpo-program ka po na na-access mo na yung RAM ng computer, we're using Racket. So that's a new language. Baka dyan po namin ilagay sa specialization classes ang new languages that we will teach over time.
Yan. So, shinare ko ulit yung Discord link nila Sir Nathan.
Thank you,
Another,
Engineer Greg.
another question po. Sure, sir. Another question, sir, from Ma'am Nisi. In Python programming, when it comes to gamification po, which open source web framework is better, Django or Flask?
Sorry, parang ano, that's ano yan, that's the, I feel like I'm